Welcome back, everybody, to Earthbound Super Series 2023. We are joined here tonight with our two racers, Softnum and Derrick, fighting for that coveted spot and the glorious, everyone's loved Earthbound Super Series tournament proper. We're, of course, in the Swiss round still, round 3. 4 rounds of Swiss, and then we'll have our seeding. And this is a kind of an important match for both of our racers here, as this is the 0-2 bracket, which is starting to get into danger zone, as we are going to be eliminating a few members from the Swiss bracket to cut down for the main tournament bracket. So you definitely want to secure your spot in the seeding. It's a bit of an important race for both of these guys here. They definitely want to win. I mean, everyone wants to win always in the tournament, but this one's got a little more at stake. I do believe I haven't actually like crunched the numbers and seen like, oh, all the 2-2s are making. I'm sure somebody has, but in past years, a 1-3 has made it in on the wild card or whatever, the tiebreaker. Or not even a tiebreaker, I think it's just because of how the seeding played out that a 1-3 made it, so not completely out of the question. But of course, you want to secure any win that you can. Both our racers, first cracked bat passers, finally. Some people after my own heart. A little hill walk action here. Let's take a look at what we got going on in terms of the spreadsheet. Our lovely spreadsheet. Shout out to all of the people who maintain it. Hunter, Airframe, people who updated, of course. The unsung heroes. Also, a big shout out to our restreamer Temple tonight. As always, stepping up, helping out with the restreamings when he can. So thank you, Temple. So Derrick and Softnum, unfortunately, have had a lot of DNF so far. The game is cruel, so hard to say where their averages are truly going to land, but perhaps we can see some finishes here and have a good race out of both of them. There's actually quite a few in the 0-2 bracket, so, and I haven't seen, yeah, and this gets updated pretty quickly, so a few matches that are hinging on that. People who necessarily need to get their first win this week, or it'd be very good for them to get their first win. Mom kind of screwing Softnum a little bit there. Always gotta leave it to the family members to get in our way. Not much action in these first few minutes. We are just talking to everybody, getting through that prologue. Yeah, family do be like that, IRL and out of IRL. In games. Out of IRL. That's a thing, right? We'll see first round of RNG gonna be coming up in the kind of first spawns that you can get outside, whether or not you'll have to despawn, or if you can just kind of work it around, depending on where these dogs and crows might be. One off screen for Derrick, and a snake which can be dealt with stuttering. You get introduced to 3 enemy types on the hill as you start Earthbound. They all have 3 different movement types. The crow does the little stutter, or not a stutter, sorry. The crow does the back and forth side swing there, so a bit of an unlucky spawn there, actually, for Derrick, because that guy doesn't always go there, but that bottom spawn plate can sometimes give a crow for you, or a dog. Softnum getting the crow himself on the upper spawn plate, the 100% spawn plate, but utilizing the fact that the crow swings left and right and often gets stuck on pixels, and then when it does, it kind of can't move out of it, but so you can use that to your advantage and walk past it. So we really didn't see any dogs, unless Softnum walked past one in the beginning that I just didn't catch. But those guys just have an aggro range and then they chase you until you get out of it. And if you don't, then you're fighting a dog. Also, they can get stuck on stuff, of course, though. So Derrick, unfortunately, not making the best. The crow, I believe, kicked his butt a little bit, unless he got into another fight afterwards. And a third crow outside in the front yard. Gonna take a little bit of an extra fight here. So very unlucky, going in with 5 HP. Getting a cookie, might as well eat that at this point. Gonna kind of need any extra HP you can get here. Man, unlucky. These crows are just kind of like jumping out of nowhere. Like, those are such bad plates to get those crows, because you can just be walking and then they can do exactly that. So that's like that. It's almost like Derrick was actually really good to avoid that there, because they could be very jump scary if they come out swinging in that way, and if they're on that spawn plate. It's a very unfortunate start for him, but he could definitely claw some time back up in Onet. So the spawn plate he's stuck on is definitely the 100% one, but oh, that crow was not quite stuck. It's not always a guarantee that he'll actually run into the wall and nudge himself in there. And he didn't quite have the HP to make it through that one, unfortunately. Taking a few encounters on the hill climb is definitely not really helpful. Ness does not start off with a... Yeah, EB is being very unkind right now. I'm sorry, Derrick. And yet another encounter right outside the front yard here. Just gonna bash through it. Softnum on the other hand getting a big, gigantic crit.
Only Straight Talk Wireless gives you unlimited 5G data and Walmart Plus on select plans for free. Available at Walmart.
First fight,
Garbage time. That phrase never sounded quite right, because no part of football is meaningless. So while some folks see garbage, FanDuel sees treasure.
So I don't know if that was
oh yeah, that was and chances to live bet from the first down to the final whistle. So don't just watch football this season. Cherish it.
So
Bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed.
Right now is
FanDuel, America's #1 sports book.
Kind of
DirecTV Sports Central gives you access to every game, but Terry doesn't have DirecTV.
So got the dog that runs off screen.
Now you can find the game easy.
Barbecue is safe.
Visit DirecTV.com for up to a $400 reward card.
My barbecue is ruined.
So far top left that he just kind of walks off screen. Derrick in respawn, despawn hell over here. Gonna take this crow fight. Already kind of low from the snake fight earlier, I believe. Well, 20 HP should be... I say should, but crows do not mess around at this level. All right, 25 damage. I don't know if he's far enough off screen to not avoid another spawn here, but it's potential. No, there is a crow there, but potentially can't get this one stuck. Yes, is successful. Finally past the spawn plate. Just needs to get past everything else on this hill, apparently. My lord. Okay, there's add a dog. Why not? Just, I'm pincered at this point. Okay, we got everything but the snake. Good stutters, get him out of there. Just hopefully we don't get pincered up here. Wow, that was just... Where are all these things coming from? My lord. There's even a I didn't even see that guy. Wow. There's even one behind the tree. That's ridiculous, man. Derrick has been out here in the trenches on the hill. He has fought he's literally fought the equivalent of like an entire like glitchless run's worth of trash mobs already. In the first like yeah, he's got the piracy detection on. They got him. They got him. Spawning him 8 snakes on the hill. Just really unlucky. Yeah, I don't blame you, Derrick. That was even some veteran players would probably be a little perturbed by that. That was definitely a nasty pincer. No one can deny that. Softnum, wow, Softnum, sorry. Doing a little slurring over here. Grabbing the cash for well, not burgers yet, but regular shopping. We come back here a lot. It's late in the day, listen. Late in the day on a weekday. You're gonna get the fatigue Irving here. But that's alright, that's why Earthbound's chill. And I love commenting it, because it's like, it's definitely a vibe. But luckily, once we grab Buzz, no more spawns on this dang hill. Except for that dreaded Starman, but, you know, what are you gonna do about him? Alright, first Pogo guy. Start of the Frankie gauntlet here. Gotta make your way through all these guys. A miss on turn 1 is really ideal. These guys hurt a lot. That charge forward. They got 3 attacks, charge forward, a light attack, and a fall over. You are in... You kind of just have to go for this, I feel like, Softnum, because... Ooh, the gut save! That save, like, Ness is playing, but you're still in the same... The problem is you're still in the same situation, if that happens. But yeah, Ness decided that this run was not going to be over. There's definitely the dangers of letting yourself get that low on Pogo 1. Because they will definitely just continue to charge forward until the end of time. So we'll see how Derrick's Starman goes. Could use a fast one here to make some time up, because I think Softnum's was also really good. Yeah, he had like the 757. 120, alright, we'll take it. He must have had a pretty good big hit on the first one, so... Definitely take it. Ooh. Pogo guys are not messing around with the charges. So Softnum having to dip into a life up, no biggie. Maybe there's always the potential that this guy doesn't hit you. Come back after you beat Earthbound. Wow, so rude. Or he hits you for 3. See, I would consider, if it were me, I would definitely consider not, if I had to burn my wife up earlier. But there's definitely, you could definitely get screwed by 2 big hits. So like a 1 big hit could leave you like at 17 or something. Or you just get a dead turn. But then Ness also misses, so, you know, whatever. And then Ness also misses, so, you know... Okay, so this is dicey, because 17 is... Oh, it's gonna be hard to mash. So, wow. I don't want to say that I completely actually just called the numbers out. I'm sorry, Softnum. I won't... I'll take blame for that one. If you're listening, I did not endorse not healing. Let's just say that. I just said I would have died there too. I would have totally died there too, because I wouldn't have healed either. But I do feel bad that I completely said the exact numbers, like a clairvoyant. I guess it is my curse that I bring. No, gets jumped by a snake on his way back to Frankie. Guy was just hiding behind the tree waiting. So the issue is Softnum should have potentially talked to Mom for psychic points, but we will see how Frankie goes with just burgers. It's certainly doable. Frankie will give you a level up afterwards for 5 psychic points, so you'll have some stuff to work with there. A Frankie death will help Derrick catch up, though, as Derrick is getting the early game shopping. Softnum taking another fight, which is definitely not ideal, moving into Frankie again, but seems to be all right. Pogo Punk did not hit that hard. Still a lot of these guys down here. Definitely always a risky maneuver. You can kind of play the despawn game. Yeah, they did get an extra berg, so that's actually going to help stem the bleeding from not having the psychic points. I mean, at this level, that's basically the heal, a heal that Life Up would give you. So, you know, tit for tat at that rate. So going in with a little extra health pool, maybe Ness won't miss twice in a row in to start this one off. At least he did crit, but it was still not ideal to end it. So this is definitely still good. Gonna dip into the burgers, of course. Frankie is the start of the double back-to-back boss gauntlet here. His strat for glitchless that we still, of course, do for Boogey is you get hit, you eat a burger, because as we kind of saw on the first round, you really cannot survive 2 big hits back-to-back. So you kind of just have to hedge your bets. So Softnum kind of did go for it there because he took a light hit, and he was thinking maybe he was close to the end of the fight. Definitely a thing you can do there. Did not get 5 psychic points, unless maybe it was just a trick of the eyes. No, only got 3 psychic points. So that's interesting. I always thought you got 5 here, but I suppose that is the range. I think Frankie Stein just missed, which is pretty good for Softnum. That is actually quite nice. But unfortunately, 8 on a tore into turn. Needs this to kill. Unfortunate. Softnum will go down here. As Derrick rolls in behind, starting his Frankie Gauntlet himself. Get hit, eat a burger, but Derrick was also kind of playing it fast and loose with the HP a little bit there, so both are going to be high-fiving in Mom's house right now. And yes, the Mom Psychic Point heal is very nice. Especially if you are already past Frankie. Having a full set of Psychic Points on Frankie Stein basically makes that fight free, so... And unfortunately for Derrick, he will still have to go through Frankie and Frankie Stein. And all of this is Derrick's first time here, so Fuzzy Pickles actually, so... Who did we curse? I'm assuming I cursed both of you at this point, because things are looking no net right now. Softnum taking the standard way around to use the spawn plate trick. There's a couple of areas you can kind of walk in certain lines to despawn, to make it so enemies won't spawn on certain spawn plates. The one they walk for Onet here to despawn the arcade sharks down there is pretty guaranteed, so There's definitely a good reason to go that way if you're worried about getting stuck in fights for days down there. Yeah, they usually do pick a day to kind of come in and rain terror the Earthbound gods. So Frankenstein being a scripted fight, mostly scripted, he alternates turns hitting you and then blowing steam, generating steam, which is the dead turn. So you know you're pretty good to heal on those dead turns. He will always start off with a weak hit, then he can alternate with the strong hit if in between the turns that he's actually hitting. So Softnum making it through 20-minute, downing that Frankenstein Mark II. As Derrick going into Frankie himself here for round 2. Getting a light hit. Has full psychic points as well. So definitely looking in a good spot to definitely get this one down. And a dead turn will hopefully finish it off for full HP going into Frankenstein. So that's definitely ideal right there. Full HP and 10 psychic points. Won't have to use any more burgers guaranteed there. Big damage on the tear into you turn, but you know there's a dead turn followed up right after it, so bada bing, pop a life up and you're good. Alright, 21-34, so you know, Onet is so tumultuous that the 5-minute deficit from earlier has been shortened quite a bit, so race is still significantly on at this point. Franks are down. Yeah, Frank squared has been taken down. Alright, racers will now be prepping for the next dungeon. Well, next dungeon. The first dungeon, I guess. Giant step. So we'll be grabbing burgers for the next boss fight, which we'll need quite a bit of healing for if you're not trying to just throw the kitchen sink at it. You definitely want to hedge your bets a bit and grab burgers for it. I think Softnum's buying juice. Always nice to have one in the pocket. You could always give Applecare some juice. But generally, I mean, if you accidentally buy the juice, I feel like you just probably want to stock up on that extra burger. At this point in the game, you really want all those burgers that you can get if you're gonna shop for them. Alright, Derrick, like we said, not too far behind. Slug grind coming up, which you can easily gain a minute in. You could sit there for a minute just walking back and forth and not seeing slugs. It is that cruel sometimes. So runners are trying to get rockin' here for Titanic Ant. And they get that by level 8, so we need to grind a few levels. Not quite big enough to just walk in there and deal with Ant at our current state right now. And the main goal to do that, or the main way we do that, is by killing 22 different little things on the bottom floor, ideally slugs, call it the slug grind, to get up to level 8. So you can kind of manage that. The slugs are ideal because they come in 4-packs or 6-packs, but 4-packs are the more common one, so 24 of those will get you there, so 6 4-packs, or there is a combination where you can do 4 6-pack or 4 4-packs for 16 and 6 on the very top floor for 22 to make it exact. Pros and cons to both, of course, and runner preference at the end of the day. Some are more safe, some are more gamble. The beauty of Boogey %. That's why I do like Boogey a lot. Is kind of like when do the runners choose to gamble? It's kind of interesting to see who plays it safe, who throws the sink where. So both runners actually in the exact same setup right now. So they're trying to farm out. I don't think either of them have found a single slug. I think Softnum might have 1 mice under his belt. But there is the first 4-pack for Softnum. This setup that Derrick and Softnum are both doing is essentially manipulating the spawn plate a little bit to the left. That they're kind of walking back and forth and trying to despawn and respawn and despawn. But the way they do it is that spawn plate consists of the mouse and the 1 mice. Did I say that? Whoops. There you go. Exhaustion Irving. Oh, weird. You got the weird 3-pack, Derrick. Nice. So Ness is Derrick's Ness is taking 3 damage, which is always nice to see. You can usually get in here and you'll see the average Softnum's taking 4 damage from these slugs, but when Ness starts taking 3 damage, that's quite nice because that adds up over time and you have to life up. Usually, well, it depends. I mean, you usually have to life up the same number of times at the end of the day, but you can maybe get around using one if you don't take a lot of damage. But Ness has to not miss also. So I think 8 so far. So I don't know if Derrick actually went and got the last of that 3-pack or if it despawned. The risk of going over there is, yes, that mouse will start chasing you, so definitely want to avoid that when you can. But effectively, that spawn plate has 4 slugs that can spawn, and then the 1 mouse that's already spawned. So essentially, they take the 1 mouse from that spawn plate, and they get it stuck in that little corner there, and he's already spawned. So now we can just walk back and forth and get the slugs, because they're the only thing left to actually spawn in that spawn plate. So now we can just kind of feel out for the lag. Slugs, we know, well, actually slugs and mice have the same stutter pattern, or they're both stutterable, I should say. However, the mouse is stuck on the wall, so we can use that to our advantage and engage the slugs only. But that is unfortunate for Derrick, because now he has like a wonky number of slugs, so he's gonna have to decide. Usually if I get kind of like a weird 3-pack or something, I usually just stay on the bottom and go for that 6 4-packs, just so I don't have to like do weird stuff. But we'll see what he decides to do. You can kind of just kill a mouse too. That's around the same experience. So if you want to just take a mouse up there, also on the table, you just have to kill 22 things, I like to say. Doesn't always have to be slugs. You can get a combination. A little salad. A giant step salad, you know. Checking our offense, 20, so I'm bad at math, so I usually just check just like Softnum. Although I think he was checking, I don't know if he was checking for offense or if he was checking for if he was actually level 8 or not. But ooh, gets the guts hit from the mouse. So seems like Softnum is definitely going, so not level 8, so might be going for that 6-pack up there. Ooh, this is kind of a rough mouse to get, because I don't know if that actually despawns. No? Yeah, it does. I learned today. So these are slugs, I believe, so this actually could work for Softnum. There are 3 slugs, might not be exactly the number you're looking for. Nice 29 Ness. Slugs have 30 HP, so 29 is always the goofy number. So both still fairly even at this point. I think both kind of had like the same. Derrick kind of pulled it. So Derrick is level 8 now, which Softnum is not. So Derrick actually kind of pulled ahead on his slugs by staying up. But I think Softnum just walked up to a free 6-pack here. So this is that pro and con I was saying about that. If you get that 6-pack up, oh, well, it's definitely doable, but you probably want to life up. Actually, Softnum's taking 3s right now, so it's not the end of the world. If Softnum was taking 4s, you definitely want to life up in that first part. Oh, he is level 8. Okay. I didn't see he leveled off the 3-pack. See, I wasn't sure if that was enough for him. So it actually was. But oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. 100%, 100%. I didn't realize he was level 8. I was like, oh yeah, the 6-pack. Let's go. This is really good for Softnum. Yeah, you can get level 8. So still neck and neck as far as being on the ant. So, and that can still be a tide turner in it of its own. Yes, that is something that is true, and you can always use that to your advantage. Ooh, nice, Softnum, nice. No! Oh, I've been there. Oh, you got jumped by the sneaky. You gotta worry about the sneaky rock pixel ant. That guy will get you every time. Softnum deciding to keep the cookie. We'll see what shenanigans he gets up to later with that. Hopefully it's not right here in this fight. Don't forget you have that cookie, Softnum. It will get you. Alright, so Titanic Ant. Ooh, 90s. I think it was a 99 even, so that's a pretty big one. So I'm gonna watch these Rockins first before I talk about Ant, just because I want to know where they're gonna be at. I think that was like a 55 for Derrick. Wow, so Softnums were huge Rockins for Softnum. And Derrick opting to go for, okay, see, that's definitely the risk, is opting to dip into, although if you had gone for a burger, you would have been screwed either way, because, although what did he take, 5? No, actually, he would have been good on, he would have been able to still use a Rockin here, so that is definitely the downside to using a life up over a Rockin, but at least you can use your other 5 for another life up here, so. Softnum in low tier HP zone. Luckily, Ant with was a dead turn there, because that would have been death for Softnum. Derrick has significantly more healing than Softnum does at this point, but Softnum's Rockins just took him way through that. That was really good. 32-43 for Softnum's Ant. Those are huge Rockins, so. Car Painter Cookie, or you could use it for Apple Kid, honestly. Save yourself the burger. Derrick should not be too far behind. He's had a pretty steady one. Oh, he took the mortal, but he managed to get the burger off right at 0 HP. I saw the HP roll down. So just barely managed to get that mortal damage text matched out there. Yo, Gurk, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Oh, Ness is missing twice in a row. Dipping into the last of his burgers. He's got like 1 left, I think. Shield goes up. He's got to be close. Oh, he takes a big hit. There it is. 33-47. So 1 minute delta. Softnum had way luckier Titanic Ant fight there with the opening Rockins. Derrick had to fight through a shield at the lot there, and definitely had to mow through a lot of his burgers to stay alive, but made it happen. We'll see if our runners decide to pick up more, but both of them are looking pretty bare bones on burgers, so we'll see if they decide to make an extra burger stop here before cops. Definitely on the table. What a rebellious kid. That's our Ness. So Derrick's still very much in this. 1 minute delta is that is definitely nipping at your heels territory. And in Boogey, there's still certain saves you can kind of try and do to maybe get yourself ahead a little bit as well. You can kind of use the bonus of being able to watch the enemy racer as well. Not all races offer that, but you can use it as strategy. Softnum did buy some burgers, so now we are going to head into cops. Another very scary gauntlet, the end of the scary Onet gauntlet, but by God, it is a capstone for this place. It does not live down the Onet name, that is for sure. Cops will hit you with 2 attacks, Crushing Chop or a light hit. Crushing Chop, in theory, the rarer one, but we all know that's false. Kind of a similar strat to the early parts of these Onet bosses when you don't have other party members. Kind of just have to do get hit, get healed, get hit, get healed. With the cops, we have a little bit more of a range. Nice, Softnum getting that extra burger. So Softnum did do shopping before this, but you know every burger is a absolute bonus. Oh, Derrick got some fruit juice as well. I think Softnum bought some fruit juices earlier too, so they're just they have the solace of buying juice together. Okay, Softnum definitely in a danger zone here. Where's the Crushing Chop? Softnum will go down. That is the danger. I don't know if I was able to finish saying, but yeah, those health zones, you definitely have to be mindful of them. Those Crushing Chops do hurt quite a bit. But that's why we have the beauty of life ups and hamburgers to kind of float between, depending on what health we're left with. Derrick opening it up with a crit turn 1 on this cop. That's going to be a gigantic help for him. So Eric will take the lead switch here, unfortunately. Fortunate for Derrick, of course. But that is how Earthbound goes. Yeah, 3 in a row. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's supposed to be the rare one. That's what the stats say. It's like 1 in 4 chance of them Crushing Chop. Yeah, nobody believes that at all. Derrick, ooh, was it a low range, but managed to get the heal off. Going back to bashing. Gets a nice last turn miss on the enemy cop, which will let him go into, I think he's going into strong, so gets a level up as well. Nope, going into the last cop, so not quite as ideal for the health range, but we'll see if he can get out of this cop. So final cop going into strong, you definitely want to try and get your health up to as much as you can. The cops beforehand, it's not exactly a big deal if you go into one of the cops with low HP, because you know you're going to heal it up anyways. It's just another part in the sequence. But strong, you definitely want to get up as high as you can so you can kind of come out blasting if you want. Derrick is probably just going to have to pop a heal no matter what. And which is not the end of the world, of course. It's just an extra guaranteed turn. Ideally, you want to be able to just walk up to strong and just blast 2 rockets at him, and then he's done. But, you know, playing it safe, like now, because, ooh, 64. Is it 50% chop? All right. I guess I could understand getting chopped on a coin flip. Also, 57 rocket. Yikes. But gets a nice dead turn afterwards, so 86 will wrap it up there. Just need one of them to be average, really. So, for strong. He doesn't have that much HP. He ain't that beefy. You did just have to fight 4 cops before him. That doesn't mean I won't complain about it. Is it a coin flip that I lose a lot? Yes. I'm still going to complain about it. Nice crit for Softnum as well. I believe that was the second hit, so still some value off that. It's only really not valuable if he hits, like, if he crits on the last hit and he goes last, or if he goes, like, slower. Because then it's just like, come on, man. So definitely at a low range here. Definitely gotta be mindful of how much a crushing chop can do to you. But that should be mashable, maybe not. Unfortunate. Softnum, unfortunately, getting ripped by 2 crushing chops in a row. Luckily, having beaten Frankie now, our runners can choose between using Mom or Frankie as that Psychic Point heal. You definitely want to have Psychic Points going into the Comp Gauntlet, but you got your pick, and Frankie can sometimes be the faster one. Since you don't have to walk you don't have the cutscene, and you don't have to walk the entirety of the upstairs and downstairs. And you're already going down here, so... It probably is the same number of screen transitions, though, so... Who knows, it probably evens out. Derrick will move on to Tucson. Starting the big walking sequence here. Got to do a big old marathon back and forth from PRV to here. Not much to really get over except for Sprout Cave. Just kind of big despawn section there, but other than that, mostly just fetch quests. Softnum taking another stab at the cops here. Just gotta pray we just don't get chopped into oblivion. Just put those hands away, man. I'm just a kid. And there it is already. Such a big one too. 32, like dang. Nice, you love to see Ness outspeed on the last turn. Lets you set up the next cop fight with a big old health pool. Won't have to open up with a heal usually. Drinking the juice, let's go. Just to absolutely flex on this cop. Just popping the juice in front of him. Yeah, the crushing chops are just coming out of... They're a bit out of hand. I don't think I know you can get a butterfly wherever an enemy can spawn, but I honestly don't know if I've ever seen one there. But Derrick gets a nice little butterfly there. On our way to Happy as we do this little fetch quest for the pencil eraser. We are looking for 2 butterflies to get our psychic points back up to max for the ensuing battles. Yeah, you gotta wash the burgers down with something exactly. Nice can of juice to go with them. You gotta be healthy, you know. You need your full balanced meal. Need the little extra fruit for the get every part of your pyramid there. I think the burger covers everything else, right? Yeah. Ness is getting that balanced breakfast. Nice outspeed on the last turn. I think that might have been the final cop for Softnum as well. Yes, so that was the last one for Softnum, which is insane HP value for going into strong here. Should have no issue just ripping two Rockins on this guy. Net is definitely a bad place. That is to sum it up. 86, that is perfectly average, which is what we need. Because like we said, I think that was like the inverse of what Derrick got. Derrick got like an 86 or like a 50 something, and then an 86 or something around that range. And then Softnum just got the 80 into the 50. But it's done. 45-17 net. Or rather for like 45-13 or something. It really is always the culprit. Net does not take prisoners. Yeah, a strong whiff would be when he whiffs on a submission hold. That's such a nice feeling. It's like a dopamine hit right there. You're just like, you're literally like Nelson laughing him. Ha ha! Absolute buffoon! Missing your stupid submission hold. Alright, Derrick on his second pass here, so now gonna take on PRV proper. Little UFO. Uh-oh. Could be a little pincer situation happening here. That top one might be stuck enough that you don't really have to deal with this bottom one. Bottom one also kind of jailed himself a bit there too, so UFO is kind of doing that. Oh, nice, Fuzzy Pickles. You don't often see the bike one, yeah. Gotta remember to go behind the department store here, or the bike shop here. Don't worry, I forget, like I forget about that one all the time just because I never go down there. So I definitely could make that mistake too if I was just happened to be walking that way. I remember I was still learning about some photo triggers back when I was running Boogey. Back in some of the earlier Boogey tournaments, I would find something like, that's a photo trigger, really? I think I definitely said that audibly out loud the first time I hit like the Tessie one. Yeah, Derrick in an unfortunate pincer situation here, just decided to take the tree. Probably the lesser of two evils there. With the diamond, you really don't know. Well, actually, the diamond's always the robo here. I'm sorry. It's the UFO is kind of like the most dangerous thing. Ooh, unfortunate. So that will help soften him a little bit here, because that will actually doesn't even it up quite all the way, but yeah, definitely unfortunate pincer and tree death. Yeah, that's a PRV special right there. Is the pincer into trees or into some other really nasty thing that just kills you. So doing a semi kind of like they're kind of walking together. Maybe if they get stuck on despawns enough, we might see a high five here. They're almost there. They're walking in sync. Softnum's chasing the butterfly, not getting it. that butterfly was just like, come on, you want it? You want it? Butterfly really out here trolling poor Softnum right now. Oh, unfortunate buffer into the next screen. Because those guys will be waiting for you. Crimson's porch, yeah. Party at Crimson's. Boogey tournament after party at Crimson's. see if so Softnum's through the Sprout fight, luckily. Just one more despawn and he's out of there. Derrick going the lessly traveled path up here. You can sometimes I honestly have not the worst experiences taking that upper route there. You can get that spawn plate up there, but I mean you can get spawns either way. But the upper path there, I feel like, is certainly on the table if you're trying to avoid a pincer happening. So, and Derrick finding another butterfly, which I think he'll need another one now, because he did find one butterfly, but he did take an unfortunate death. So, oh, so he must have already found one, because I just saw he had 32. So, he must have already found one all the way in. All right, Softnum on the way back to finish up the fetch quest for the pencil eraser as well. Derrick through PRV. No more of that nonsense, he says. All right, now we'll see how our runners decide to deviate. Happy, you can do a few different things. 9 times out of 10, you will buy the... Oh, we're doing a little withdrawing here. Interesting. Gonna do some extra shopping. Oh, well. No, I guess yeah. Maybe he didn't withdraw enough. Back at the department store, I didn't actually pay attention to that. The number he withdrew, so could be the sitch there. Maybe he didn't have the money to do the deaths or something. It's been a turbulent Onet, so yeah, that's what I was thinking. Let's go, Softnum, buying some skip sandwiches. That's what I'm talking about. The baker always needs your business. Oh, thank you for the raid also. I totally missed that. Gaudrin, thank you. Alright, check fight for Derrick. Oh, immediately Cultist C, but that's actually not the... Okay, of course it is the rock and miss Cultist A. So, we're kind of looking for a big hit on Cultist A to kill him. Stop calling for health, you goons. Okay, that's 90's good. It's not enough. I think they have 94. But quick bash to make it happen. Yeah, the silly situation. Yeah, it's you definitely don't want to be missing those cultists, especially when they call their friends turn 1 and it's unavoidable. But not the end of the world. 2 Rockins, fairly average. Gonna usually spend 2 Rockins on that anyways. Get out of our way, lady. The locals are running the formation today. Alright, Softnum gonna tackle his PRV as well right now. Hopefully he'll have a much cleaner time, because that'll help him scrape a little time back here. Already right out the gate a spawn though, and that's something you definitely have to get rid of. You ain't inching past that one. Alright, just a couple of round of misses for the HQ cultists. Just everybody missing everybody. We're all blind together. Unfortunate, on the last turn gets a joiner. Oh, Derrick has so many burgers, my lord. Dude is living large right now, so definitely a good time to dip into the rockin'. Yeah, you usually do want to try and save that rockin' for card painter, but sometimes the cultists just force your hand. When they start just calling for the joiners, you have to dip into it. You don't really have a choice. It's either that or you do run the risk of sitting here and bashing infinitely until you see Cultist G and then you cry. I've seen Cultist H. I think that's my record personally. Maybe someone else can come in and see and be like, I've seen Cultist O or something, and I'd be like, you're wild. I don't think you even get to Cultist O or something. I think you can only get to like G, or no, obviously you can get past G. I think you can only get to a certain number. Because obviously there's only so many that can exist. Oh, that's a really unfortunate pincer, because he was trying to play around the tree there, but that Robo had his number. He was just coming. Yeah, I think H is the end, so... I've seen the summits. Alright, Car Painter for Derrick. I'm sorry, did Car Painter just dodge quickly? Is that what that... This is an old man. Did that rock him just do 58 damage? Man, unfortunate, but gets a reflex. So, could end this with one more reflex. Kind of banking on it. Needs one more reflect here. And got it. Nice. Which will be perfect, because then I know Derrick was just queuing up that burger just out of fear, but you definitely could have waited to see if that lightning went through before you queued up the burger for sure. So that was a pretty good car painter. 5640 car painter for or like 35-ish for Derrick. But that went fairly well. Got him down in one cycle. Didn't get to the second life up. So pretty ideal. I guess 1.1 cycle. We went into the second lightning or the third lightning, but you know, it is what it is. And I'm pretty sure Derrick has a fairly low HP amount due to not actually getting that burger off. So we are going to be happy days for the mole in the cave. I don't know if he's if 3 HP wasn't even good enough for the crow. It's just Paula is just too beefy. That's the problem. If 3 HP was not good enough for the crow warp, I don't know. You can't. Yeah. Hey, no one said it was good. I mean, if it worked. If the crow could one-shot crit Paula in one turn, then we're talking. But the fact that it has to even just work harder than the mole does to kill Paula is just, yeah, it's already out the window. I will crow warp, alright. I'm holding you to that. I'm assuming Softnum took a death. I wasn't watching. I'm a bad commentator. I don't know what it was. But I'm whatever it was, Softnum, I'm assuming it was sad, and I'm sorry. Yeah, PRV is not filled with anything that's fun to fight, so. And this is a pretty nasty pincer as well, but it should be able to get rid of the stuff on top so that we can get up here and get rid of the stuff down there. Yeah, you hate those like weird, like lateral pincers that are like, well, I'm not pincered so bad that like I can't walk anywhere, but like, yeah, and then bam, back to back. That's PRV in a nutshell, though. Back to back pincers. Your movement's got to be tight. That's why, don't forget you got that back pocket. I don't know if you already used it. That skip sandwich. But you can definitely get yourself out of some situations with that thing. That's for sure. And Derrick must have had a pretty screaming mole skip as well. Not mole skip, but mole death warp. Nice movement from Derrick to get that cop stuck on the tree, actually. So well played from him. Pincer Spawn Valley. It is literally the truth. Like that's all that happens there. You inch just a little bit off screen and bam, they put a sprout there. Just a little bit off screen. Not a lot. And you go backwards and there's just 3 sprouts. Like what the heck? What? Who designed this? In between that, you got trees that aren't real, take up gigantic gaps in the terrain. It's just not a good time. So doing a lot of despawns, but is able to get past this spawn plate now. Oh, this one could be bad because yeah, those guys swing out pretty fast. So now you must decide. Pick your poison. Did you have your skip? I wonder if your skip sandwich could have saved you there, actually. Yeah, that's true. The Derrick Hills climb spawns are coming out in full force. They're coming back. Unfortunate. Softnum will take another death claimed by PRV. It is a savage area. Meanwhile, Derrick is in cutscene land right now, so just kind of back to back. A lot of fetch quests and cutscenes again. Get these segments in Earthbound. You get these segments in kind of like those early on RPGs also a lot, just because you do all this. You front load all the boss fights and stuff, and then okay, now we just kind of rapid fire cutscenes. And yes, Softnum does remember that he is still on the quest for butterflies, even when you do take an unfortunate death. That does set your psychic points back down to 0, so yeah, RNG's been great so far, so yo, Rain, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, welcome in. We've got a, definitely a, an unfortunate, race for both runners here so far. Just a lot of grinding happening. In terms of the mental. But if there's one thing Earthbound runners have shown me is that they know how to persevere, so. We will see a Boogey tent die at the end of this. I guarantee it. Nice play by Softnum to get that one UFO kind of banished there, kind of working the angle here, and good movement to get the sprout over in an area to get past it as well. Grabs the second butterfly, bringing us up to the max psychic points we need. Now we just gotta get through this blasted area. Maybe it'll just be empty. No, not quite. Yeah, you see, you literally just walk 2 steps and they just like, oh, we're gonna spawn a little diamond here in this like this little pixel area of terrain. We're gonna spawn a little diamond here. It's just criminal. Nice crit. That'll help quite a bit. Get that shield down, turn 1. Not messing around right now. Get this guy out of here. Yeah, you do still get the residual of that skip sandwich, so use it to your advantage. Man, the gatekeepers were out today. Like, what the heck? Get these guys out of here, man. Like, we just want to walk places, but no, there's just absolute respawns everywhere. Oh, that guy's threading the needle a little bit. Unfortunately, it gets a red swirl. It is a robo, not quite as lethal as the UFO, but can still wipe you here. Definitely got to play it a little smart. We got the 105 arrival for Threed. What is going on? That's PRV, baby. That is PRV. Alright, got another level up at least, so. Anything helps. Yeah, exactly. You've killed everything in your way this so far. Oh, Derrick getting an unfortunate fly encounter there. The no good fly. Trying to despawn it on the right there, I think is what he was trying to do. Nice crit, Paula. Well, that fly went down pretty easy. Those they can be pretty mean sometimes, but not that one this time. Softnum grabbing another butterfly to gap the psychic points he had to use in that robo fight, and looks like he may be through. By Jove, we've got it. PRV has been conquered. And yeah, we got fire strats for Paula, always nice to see. One of those trash cans is not like the other, but Derrick, knowing the aggro ranges, is just gonna slide right past it. And look at that, he's gone. Wow. Wonder where that trash can went. But nice little graveyard for Derrick, only one encounter, so we've definitely seen worse. We've seen deaths in graveyards, so. Softnum stocking up on some fresh eggs, making sure we're not going to get absolutely jumped by. Softnum skipping shopping, I believe. Wow, going for a little micro save here. Definitely risky. We have a lot of healing with the fresh eggs, but just gotta play it a little safer, knowing that these cultists are gonna smack you pretty hard with the paint attacks without that Holmes hat, and just definitely have to understand the damage output of the T-ball bat as well. Kind of lower bashes, so any of them that you plan on bashing, you're gonna be there for a little bit longer. You do get a few seconds save. Forgetting shopping, I got you. No. It is absolutely strategizing. Time save. It'll work out. Just remember that it happened. That's all. We get Cultist C already. Jeez. See it being very reminiscent of Derrick's fight, but gets a big rock and hit on two of them. Nice. So that's going to be very nice. And I'm pretty sure that third one took like 70, so very good shack fight for Softnum. It's still strategy. Exactly. Uh-oh. They weren't quite gone. Luckily they had shoved themselves in that little like crevasse down there, so they weren't able to aggro as quickly as they might have been, because those buggers are fast actually. Alright, we are making up the Making up the... Oh, we are a little poor right now. But we have killed a lot of things, so... Everyone's favorite time waster, Maxwell. Love that guy. And now Carpainter for Softnum. Except we get the rare cultist outside the HQ here that just wants to ask you some questions. And he's got a friend. So unfortunately gets a joiner. Definitely it's possible with all cultists, so just truly unlucky at that point is all you can really say. Didn't get it that time. He did try calling for help, but he did not manage to get it off, so. If only we could say we were done with the cultist, but no, we got one more we have to kill, so. Gotta get this guy out of here too. Yeah, get out of here. That's what I'd like to say to all of them, so. Derrick getting the dog, little dog safety strat here. Dogs are pretty easy for Jeff to kill here. They're same level as they were back in early Onet, so. Only one more. Well, sorry, one more encounter. I should say. He did get a joiner, so I guess I did jinx it. What is a cultist without a joiner, man? I don't know. It's just not. It's not real if they don't call for help. It's not a true experience. I didn't actually see if Derrick got a bread roll, but that is another bonus of taking the backup, not a backup, but safety strat of killing that dog. Is you get a little level up for some extra HP for first proto, and you also get a chance at a bread roll, which is definitely ideal for Jeff. Needs any healing he can get in this area. And now Carpainter. I don't know if we talked about actual Carpainter's scriptedness last time, but he will do 3 turns, cycling through them. First one will always be shooting 2 lightnings out, which has a 1 in 4 chance of hitting you, and then your Franklin Badge will reflect it. So 131, pretty big, but the Rockin' was kind of low, so not enough to get the 1 turn. If the Rockin' was a lot bigger, that would have actually been really good for Softnum, but of course, Ness just not wanting to play the game today. So we'll open it. This might be it, actually. Nope. His should be able to bash it out, hopefully. Yeah. I was gonna say 2 reflects is usually pretty good. So always throws 2 thunders turn 1. Will follow it up with a psychic turn, so he'll start off with life up, and then the next time the cycle comes around, he'll do psychic shield on that turn, and then he'll do life up, and then psychic shield again. And then the third attack he'll always do is the paint attack, so he'll do it like a melee on you. And so he cycles between those 3 attacks back and forth. Did Softnum use I thought that only happens if doesn't something else have to happen or something? There's like certain requirements for the bug to actually happen. He had to have already used like psychic shield, right, or something. Which I don't think happened, because I don't think we got to. We didn't get to. Hello, Ari. No, get jumped by the crow. 2 crows. He called his friend over. Uh-oh. Well, Derrick luckily was eating the boiled egg. I wasn't even watching Derrick's Brick Road here, so... I think this is only Proto 1. Oh yeah, because we just got through Tessie, that's right. Car Painter was happening at the same time. But Proto 1 had to dip into the boiled egg, which is pretty standard, but, you know, you're just happy to get through Proto 1, honestly, without taking a death, because that dude is rude. And Duck already setting himself up for a good Duck skip, so that actually works in Derrick's favor really nicely. That Duck... I gotta say, I haven't seen a Duck be that cooperative in, like, a long time, and Monkey might be pretty cooperative here, too. Nope. Spoke too soon. That Monkey is way more of an RNG, of course, because he can just stop whenever he wants, but, you know, you like to pretend. You like to pretend he's listening. But, yeah, that Duck... Uh-oh, Derrick gets a joiner with kind of low HP, but... doesn't have any more healing either, didn't grab the safety croissant. But gets the runaway, nice, so we're out of there. Not even like super, that was only like turn 3, so. Just slides right out of there. Stupid joiner protoplasm. So 3 potential skips in Brick Road there, of course. The first, all 3 of those enemies can be skipped. Derrick got the second one, the Duck skip. Tried the third one, but of course that one is more reliant on Bubble Monkey. He had the movement down for it, so it was definitely just down to Bubble Monkey on that point. The first one is definitely the more combo of Bubble Monkey and your movement execution. So you get a nice healthy mix of RNG and execution here. Softnum going into his mole fight, gonna be a kind of a long one. Ness with 117 HP, definitely looking at four hits ish minimum there. So BBR it. He'd be watching. He's been watching too much of that video where Hunter MBR'd it. Yeah, I mean, you could do. I mean, it's not impossible to do a weird thing and accidentally use something you don't mean to. Especially since you do go into your inventory in Jeff's chapter here, so. All right, Softnum, even with 117 HP, that went fairly fast, I gotta say. As far as I've seen mold take way longer on people who had like 20 HP. Paula Smash, let's go, yeah. The Paula Smash for like the one damage. Alright, Derrick is through Pawn Cave, not a little bit of despawning there, but no encounters, so. Pretty much all you can ask for in Pawn Cave. Had a pretty good first room too, I think. Only had to do like the 1 despawn and then not too much stuttering after that. Gonna have to deal with the shroom though. Lucky with that top shroom, you don't actually have to go down that far, because if the shroom spawns on that top side there, he's gonna be a few wow, I cannot speak. A few more pixels up there. And Derrick utilizing that knowledge, knowing that aggro range is not too far on those mushrooms, so we can definitely just kind of sneak past him if he's a little too far to the right as well. Just kind of gotta know those aggro ranges a bit. This is caveman pincer attack happening right now. He's kind of got a caveman on every corner where he's want to go. You can kind of dip, yeah, this like top side, exactly this pathing here, because you are faster than the cave boys. And look, we got our linebacker up there running the formation on the cave boy, making sure he doesn't get to Jeff. Thank you, Mr. NPC. Yeah, that was an insane pick. Absolutely MVP right there. Alright, Derrick trying to put a pin in this one as he travels back to 3 for the ending of this chapter. Trying to secure that 1-2 spot so he can get into this Boogey tournament proper. No more Swissing after next week, or yeah, after next week. Softnum gonna need quite a bit to make it back here. But not over until it's over. And like I said before, I do believe in past years, I won't speak for certain because I haven't looked at like what the advancements are going to look like, but I know in past years people with like a 1-3 record, even if it's only been one person and it's been the person with like the highest time, a 1-3 record has made it in. So certainly still worth fighting for. Let's go Runaway 5! Hey, don't forget to start the cutscene Softnum. I've been there so many times, it's not even funny. In many RPGs over the years. It's just like, ah, finally, the cutscene break. Except you forgot there's 2 text boxes at the beginning of it. Definitely the kind of a rude amount of RNG for both runners here. Onet was just an absolute gauntlet for both of them, so it really just, we saw most of our lead swaps in Onet, so really a lot of back and forth there. That's honestly to be expected. I feel like I really don't see many other lead swaps except for like big deaths later on, and then for the brow sweating moments in Pond Cave that can happen sometimes, and of course Boogey Tent. But yeah, your biggest ones are gonna happen in Onet. Kind of sets the pace for the entire run. Grabbing our teddy bear. You can do a couple things for safety here, if you so choose. So you just hedge your bets as much as you can against this tent, because if he wants to, he can be very rude. Derrick doing a hotel heal. Not heal, sorry, a hotel save. Just to guarantee this one gets closed out. Not letting any funny business happen, which is entirely valid. Down bus, might as well. We are collecting the photos. It's photo percent. Oh no, the zombie dog, but Boogey Tent, shout out to Boogey Tent actually coming in clutch with the blocking the zombie dog there. So I gotta give that one up to Boogey Tent there. All right, see the defend BBR. The Boogey special. What can you do, Jeffrey? 402. It's not enough, but you know, it is also not horrible. It's enough to work with. Not when you kill Jeff like that, though. Fire that thing off, you guy. All right, see you later, Jeff. You've done your job. This is now turned into a really good situation. And even if Paula dies, wow. She lived due to it dying. But you know, one kid being down, pretty good. GG, Derrick. congrats on advancing to the 1-2 bracket. Yeah, too fast on the mash. Absolutely GG to both runners. It was definitely a rough one. And of course, Softnum arriving in 3, so definitely not completely out of finishing this, so. And definitely in their best interest. Just got one Winters in between this and the end. Oh man, we got our lovely graveyard spawns. Nice movement from Softnum to get that guy stuck on the grave. Just was able to get Paula up in there so she wouldn't get tagged by on the end. Uh-oh, that one's swinging up. Nice, another gravestone grab for Softnum there. Nice little side swing. Softnum must see a bug that I don't or something, because... Okay, yeah, there it is. I was like, Softnum's must feel like a fly up there that I don't know is up there. Oh, this is a nasty one. This actually could be pretty bad for Softnum, because you really don't ever want to see trash can. I mean, a triple fight is just not ideal at all, so... Softnum kind of just saying, go next, take the L. You're only gonna respawn in 3'd, so not the end of the world. Oh, we're done. Oh, okay. I mean, that is perfectly valid too. I will never force anyone to keep going, of course, but with the way the RNG has been, I definitely do not blame you. Absolutely GGs to both of you guys. It has been a pleasure commentating tonight. Congratulations, Derrick. We'll be proceeding to the 1-2 bracket. Softnum will unfortunately be going to the 0-3 bracket. Like I said, I've seen 1-3s make it in, so don't count yourself out yet. All right. Just briefly, while Temple, I'm assuming is. Oh, Temple's already going for the raid, so we will just talk about what we got coming up. We're going to raid Peen Drain, who I'm assuming she's playing this little game called Earthbound, maybe. Perhaps. Yeah, it was definitely a rough one for both. It was absolutely just a grinder. But for further Boogey experiences, please join us again tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and Friday at both 7, 8:30, and 10. Although I hear the Friday races may be getting a little reschedule happening. Yes, there is a quad tomorrow, 8 p.m. That is a quad. Friday, there is a triple, but I hear there's some rescheduling occurring that might make one of those a quad. So, but stay tuned for that, I guess. Feel free to follow the channel for scheduling, the Discord for scheduling. I think the Discord command works now. Yes, thanks, Apple. Go there. That will have all the stuff and events and for scheduling and whatnot, so... also, below the channel, it has all the schedule, so feel free to use your own devices. But we hope to see you there, and it's been a pleasure. Thank you again, Temple and Racers. I hope you all have a great rest of your night.